Greetings, my name is Cheryl Scott Harris, and I work for Hess Corporation as an environmental health and safety advisor. Today, I am so excited to be a part of the We Read initiative that Hess Corporation has partnered up with Barbara Bush Houston Literacy Foundation. So today, I'm excited to be bringing to you one of my favorite childhood books by one of my favorite childhood authors. So before we start, you're probably wondering why this is above my head. Well, it definitely plays in the part for the book that we're about to read. If you're able to talk to your mom, your dad, or your nana, or your pawpaw, and see if they'll let you make some popcorn as we read our story. But if not, maybe later you can. But for now, sit back and enjoy. The Popcorn Book by Tommy De Paola. Mom, can we make popcorn? Yes, the popcorn's in the refrigerator. Ooh, yummy. I wonder why Mom keeps the popcorn in the refrigerator. I don't know. I'll go look it up. And if go look it up, it doesn't mean now. We used to use a book to look things up. You guys just use Google. Here it is. Popcorn is best stored in a tight jar in the refrigerator so the kernels keep their moisture. Boy, that's interesting. Popcorn is the oldest of the three main types of corn. There's field corn, which we feed to animals like cattle and pigs, sweet corn, which is the kind we eat, and popcorn. Popcorn was discovered by the Indians in the Americas many thousands of years ago. One of the first sights Columbus saw in the New World was the Indians in San Salvador selling popcorn and wearing it as jewelry. First, I gotta heat up the pan. But popcorn is even older than that. In a bat cave in New Mexico, archaeologists found some popcorn that was 5,600 years old. That's older than me. And 1,000-year-old popcorn kernels were found in Peru that could still be popped. Now for the cooking oil. The Indian people of the Americas had many different ways to pop popcorn. One way was to put it in an ear of corn on a stick and hold it over a fire. But many kernels were lost in the fire using that method. Another way was to throw the kernels right into the fire by the handful. The popcorn popped out all over the place, so there was a lot of bending and running around to gather it up. Okay, now it's hot enough to add the few kernels. See, they're still making their popcorn. In 1612, French explorers saw some Iroquois people popping corn in clay pots. They would fill the pots with hot sand, throw in some popcorn, stir it with a stick. When the corn popped, it came to the top of the sand and was easy to get. The Iroquois people were fond of popcorn soup. Well, the Algonquins, who came to the first Thanksgiving dinner, even bought some popcorn in a deerskin pouch. The colonists liked it so much that they served popcorn for breakfast with cream poured over it. Today, Americans use 500 million pounds of popcorn each year. 30% is eaten at movies, circuses, ball games, and county fairs. 10% is saved for seed and sold to other countries, but 60% is popped right at home. Oh goody, the kernels are popping. That means the oil must be ready. People in the Midwest buy more popcorn than any other part of the United States. Milwaukee and Minneapolis are the top popcorn eating cities, followed by Chicago and Seattle. Most of the popcorn is grown in the Midwest too, so it makes sense. Now I'll put the kernels in the pan and turn up the heat. Now here's the part I read first. Popcorn is best stored in a tight jar in the refrigerator so the kernels keep their moisture. If the kernels dry out, there will be too many old maids at the bottom of the pan. Old maids are unpopped kernels. If the popcorn does dry out, you can add 1 or 2 tablespoons of water to the jar and shake it until it's well absorbed. Well, that's a nice tip. Popcorn pops because the heart of the kernel is moist and pulpy and surrounded by a hard starch shell. When the kernel is heated, the moisture turns to steam and the heart gets bigger until the shell bursts with a loud pop. Are you sure you didn't put too much popcorn in the pan? Of course not, silly. They're still making their popcorn. The Indian people had a legend that said, inside each popcorn kernel lived a little demon. When the house was heated, he got so mad it blew up. Well, I don't know if I buy that. There are different kinds of popcorn. White hulless and yellow hulless and the ones most commonly sold in stores. The smallest type is called strawberry because it has red kernels and the ears look like strawberries. Rainbow has red, white, yellow, and blue kernels, and it's sometimes called calico corn. There is black popcorn too, but all of it pops white. The biggest kernels are called dynamite and snow puff. After popcorn is popped, most people like to put melted butter and salt on it. But if salt is put on the pan before the kernels are popped, it makes the popcorn tough. My kids put sugar on their popcorn. There are many stories about popcorn. One of the funniest and best known comes from America's Midwest. One summer it was so hot and dry that all the popcorn in the fields began to pop. In no time at all, the sky was filled with flying popcorn. It looked so much like a blizzard that everyone put on their mittens and scarves and got out the snow shovels. Help! I have a blizzard too. I knew you put too much popcorn in the pan. Okay, if you're so smart, what do we do now? Uh-oh, looks like Mom should have been supervising that activity. What do you think? But do you know what the best thing is about popcorn? Eating it. And there you go. Thank you for allowing me to share my favorite childhood book. And if there's other books by this author that you find fancy, let me know. Thank you and have a great day.